Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
There we go. We're live. We're back.
Hey, there we are.
We
Shellfish.
started.
That's it. Start me up. And you never stop. We're in here late, so the whore next door can't hear us.
You can't call her a whore.
Well, she's long gone. It's 5 o'clock quitting time.
I don't think she's a whore. I think she's a nice lady, and God, I pray she left.
Yeah, well, she's got to be gone, and she's quitting soon, I'm sure. She made a commercial over there, and that was the last of it, I think.
Don't you want to just eat a woman out from under the desk? Is that porn? Is that a porn?
Yeah, that's big.
Really?
Oh, that's in there.
I got to get in there and give that a swift Google because I always want to have my little New Balance sneakers sticking out the backside and her heels shaking.
Yeah.
And I'm just eating out. You know, the skirt is hiked.
Oh, I love a hike.
You got to hike the skirt. Take a hike. Hitchhike.
Yes.
Hutch hike.
That lady's a hike.
Hike, baby.
Hike.
Haiku? That's down the hall.
Okay.
That's the old man is snoring.
Hike Eisenhower? Wait, what's the guy's name? Ike?
Eisenhower. Dwight D.
Dwight D. Well, who's Ike?
Ike was Eisenhower.
Oh, it is.
We call him Ike. We like Ike.
How do you get Ike? How do you get Ike out of Dwight?
I think Ike is short for Dwight, maybe?
It's kind of like when they do the Will on Dick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dick is William?
No, Dick is Richard.
Yes.
Richard becomes Dick.
Which doesn't make sense.
William becomes Bill. How does that make sense?
Yes. Or how about Jack Kennedy was JFK?
Yes.
They called him Jack.
John is Jack. Jack is John. Up
Jack
is down.
Johnson.
Left is right. Yeah.
Yeah. Day is night.
And
Black is
there's other ones like this. Night.
white.
Day. White.
Thank you. Jack White.
Well, there's Jerome is Jerry. That makes sense.
That you got the Jer in there.
Jer.
Mike.
Charles Chuck. What the fuck is Charles Chuck?
Well, yeah, that's no good either. There's
have
Chaz.
Chaz.
That's also Charles.
By the way, Van Morrison is Ivan.
Van. Is it?
Yes, his first name is like Roger, Henry, or Hugh, or so. His middle name is Ivan, and he just dropped the first name and the first letter of the second name.
Wow, you know, if Apple made a van, it'd be an iVan.
Ivan.
Like iPad.
Oh, yeah.
Or iPod.
That's also interesting because there's Ivan the Great or whatever. Ivan, who are some famous Ivans? That's a name.
Ivan the Terrible.
Ivan the Terrible. But there's also, then there's Yvonne Rodriguez, same spelling.
Oh, there's Yvonne, which is a woman's name.
Yes, but I knew an Yvonne, it was spelled Y-V-O-N-N-E.
Why not?
Yvonne.
Yvonne, like Igor.
A lot of wacky names in there. Then there's Sean Figgins, who was a baseball player.
Figgins.
But his name was C-H-O-N-E. His mom spelled it Sean.
Oh, wow.
I guess she didn't know how to spell it.
Oh, those Irish names are wacky. What's that lady's name in Ireland? It's a big one. Slochie. Well, what's the guy?
Slow cheese?
Not Sloan. What's the name?
Sloan Kettering?
Siobhan.
Oh, Siobhan.
Well, with a B in there.
Yes, yes.
Siobhan. It's
Right.
like some Gaelic horseshit.
Bobby Hebert.
It's Herbert.
Well, names are funny. That's the thing about names. I'll just say that.
You got that right. Well, every new comedian has a name joke. Have you noticed that? They all go, "Hey, my name's Clark." You don't meet a lot of black guys named Clark.
Yeah, there's a few name jokes that I can't get into here, but I think they stink. I mean, some
Yeah.
are great, I'm sure. What's the best name joke?
I don't care for any of them.
I bet there's a good one. Let's see if we can think of one.
My dad's an alcoholic. He's a Clark Bar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that somebody's?
No, I just put that together, but they're all bad.
Yeah, there's a few that I hate, but what are you going to do? What's in a name? I'll tell you, that joke that really got me was the Gary Veeder new special on YouTube right now.
Yes, check it out. The worst of it?
Could be worse.
Could be
okay.
worse.
But He had a joke about his kid just says Dada. He calls everything Dada. The lamp is Dada. The table's Dada. I'm Dada. So I said, who's your favorite comedian? And he said, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Great joke.
That's a good joke. And it was funny because I texted Bean. I was like, that one got me. And he's like, well, I know you made it 2 minutes in. That's the second joke of the whole special.
Yeah, you can't do that. I've done that with where you share it, on you put the story up on Instagram. You go, here, look at me watching. And it says, like, presenting.
Yes.
You're a second in.
Well, I had this last night because I watched Tires.
Yes.
The television program. Very funny. Shane is funny every second of the show.
He's the star. He steals it.
He really does. And so I watched an episode, and then I was watching episode 2, and my pal, who's in episode 5.
Oh.
She.
I love Boop.
She texts and goes, hey, have you watched me? Have you worn the suit yet? Have you seen me in the show?
Yeah.
And I say, well, what episode? Let me just pop that right on because I don't think I need to watch the whole arc of the show.
Nah, it's still at a tire shop.
So I pop over to 5. I watch that. Fantastic job by everybody involved.
Sure,
That's
Stavros.
a hot episode.
Stavros killed it.
Stavros is in there. McCusker's in there.
Schultz.
Who's the other one? He's from Philly. Tim Butterly.
Butterly.
Is in that episode. And Karen, of course. And then I
Marjorie.
see Francis Ellis last night at the stand.
Yeah, big star.
And I said, I haven't seen your episode yet. And he goes, what do you mean you haven't seen it? I was like, I was number 2. I go, well, I watched a few of them. I haven't seen yours. He's like, I go, what episode are you in? He goes, 2. And I was like, but I skipped around. I skipped to the Feehan.
Yeah, beep.
And
How'd she look?
Stabby's all in that thing.
All over that fucker. It might be too much stuff.
Too much? You can't get too much stuff. Well, he
that's
can
true.
get too much. He could use it.
He could use his treadmill, but yeah, he kills it. He's so good at that role. He's nailing it.
He's awesome, and the show is it's fun because it's it's a sitcom, but your friends are in it.
Oh, yeah.
And Schultz was great, and Tommy Pope was great.
Oh, Pope's good.
Is great. I guess they're recurring.
Yes.
I've only seen 2.5 episodes.
You know, as good as the old guy, the bald guy with the glasses, who's the racist.
I haven't seen that guy.
Oh,
yet.
he's in 2.
I started 2. I was like 4 minutes into 2, but I skipped to 5, and then I watched 6.
Man, who goes to New Hope to Return of the Jedi? You got to see Empire.
Well, if you got your buddy in Return of the Jedi, and they're in the bathing suit in front of the Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, that's a
You know what I mean?
good bathing suit. You know, fun fact, they never say the word Ewok in the movie.
Is that right?
They never say it. It's in the credits. So the nerds go, what the hell do you call those cute little Nazis? And then you see the credits, Ewok.
But they had a later, what do you call it?
Sequel?
Yeah, like a made-for-TV called Return of the Ewoks or Revenge of the Ewoks, and that was like one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, it was all Ewok. And then you
Interesting.
become an adult and you realize the Ewoks are retarded and everybody hates the Ewoks and they're stupid.
Wait, who hates the Ewoks?
I think most adult people are like, this is horrible. And you watch it,
Oh.
they're little cute teddy bears that are taking down the Empire.
Right, with rocks and shit.
Yeah, they're Al-Qaeda. they're like stepping on logs and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's right.
And then they're just like hitting them with like little stone. It doesn't make any sense.
They sound like a Middle Eastern, like wah 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 wah, wah. Like the weird accent and everything.
And then they had that big celebration at the end. Dun, da, 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 da. Nub, nub.
Yes.
They would say nub, nub.
They were saying Muhammad. Allah.
Scoop-a-doop-a-doo, nub, nub.
Oh yeah.
Great Tom Shalhoub joke. Did I say that joke on the episode recently?
Never heard a Shalhoub joke.
He's got some great stuff. He had a joke years and years and years ago. He was watching the Afghan War. Or maybe he was watching Star Wars. I can't remember which one. But he was like watching Star Wars. He's like, this reminds me of the footage of the Afghan War. Like we're the Empire and we're fighting all this ragtag group of guys.
Oh yeah.
And women. And he goes, but it didn't make me change my opinion of the war. It just made me change my opinion of the movie.
Oh, that's fun.
And he's like, fuck the fucking rebels. Bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
The Empire's good. They're all orderly. They got the nice spaceship. Who are these
True.
assholes? They're not even banding together. Whatever the fuck. It was a funny bit.
That's a funny bit.
Yeah, it's funny. It's the opposite take kind of bit thing.
But they got the Emperor over there. He's pure evil.
Yeah, but I think that's funny to be on
Yeah.
the side of the Emperor.
He's Bush.
He was Bush.
I see.
Bush v. Gore.
Bush League.
And then there's Vader.
Yes.
That was one of my first jokes. You know my Vader joke.
Oh, please.
Well, Darth Vader is played by James Earl Jones, of course. Luke. And then at the end of the third movie, they take his mask off, and it's just an old white guy with no shaved head.
Yeah.
I thought it should have been James Earl Jones. That would have been the ultimate plot twist. The whole time, Luke Skywalker's dad is a fat black guy with a deep voice.
Hey, I like that.
That was my bit.
That's a good bit. That would have twisted the movie. I think it would have hurt the ratings.
When you're 19, you're like, I got one. I got a bit.
Yes, that's big.
When you're a year and a half in, you're like, this is hot.
Yeah, well, you know what's wacky is this is what's great about New York City is I saw a comic last night. He killed, he must have been a year in, and he had great stuff, and it makes you go, this is better than anything I have, and he's a year in. I got to get back to it.
Yeah,
I got 8 minutes on farting. This guy's got these great takes about this and that and the world and politics and shit, and it's all gold. And you can tell he really worked it out and wrote it and had these great ideas. And I'm sitting here going, Jews are ugly or whatever.
Well, hopefully he ODs or kills himself.
That would be nice. Get him out of the way. That way I don't have to improve.
What's the kid's name? Can you say it?
Nah, I can't remember it.
Yeah, what can you do? Did you tell him at least?
I did.
Say, hey, great job.
I said, good
Sonny
stuff.
Boy.
Keep doing those drugs. Hopefully you'll OD.
Well, I had this one where we saw a young comic that we were blown away by. We talked about it in the show.
Yep.
And then I did the thing where I was like, I'm going to reach out to some people. And then I reached out to the booker of a TV show, and he's like, yeah, of course. I know who she is. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
Wow.
And then I text, I go, hey, you got an agent? We got to get you an agent. And she's with a better agent than I have. And I was like, all right, well, I'm just a fucking moron. And I jumped into the pool, shallow end, head first.
But you did it. At least you reached out. Most people go, I'm going to set the world on fire with your name attached to my dick. And then you never do anything.
Yeah, you try to help, but sometimes, Sarah and I always talk about this too. You'll meet a comic on the road somewhere, and you're like, I might move to New York. And you're like, well, the thing you want to do is this, this, and this, because that's the best way to do it. And then they message you and say, great to meet you. And you look, and they have 948,000 followers on Instagram, and they're half a millionaire.
Ooh, that was a humdinger. That was lunch. Well, I think the move is do it on here. We gave her a shout out. I remember my first time I did Rogan, I wrote down like 5 names I made sure to say.
Oh,
of
that's
like
nice.
up and coming guys. Like, I toured with Beep, and it was great. And now they're out there.
Right.
That's
great.
You know a show's big when you say a person's name and they clip it.
Yes.
You say a comic. I think we talked about Feehan on One Protect Our Park, and she was like you wouldn't post it, and she put the clip up.
Right. We should talk about her on this show.
Never heard of her. We never do that.
By the way, how about Mike Figs? Mikey Figs? That
Sure.
fat son of an onion. The other day, he's bringing me up. He's MC. It might be the worst MC in the history of comedy. No, great MC, hilarious guy. We love seeing him, and he kills
fig.
on stage. He kills off stage. One of the best hangs, by the way.
Great guy, positive. Never eaten a fig, by the way.
But
Maybe a fig Newton.
These intros, he's a fuck up. He's like, this next guy, he's bringing me up. Next guy, you've seen him on Tuesdays with Stories, Protect Our Parks, it's Joe List. And the crowd goes crazy. They're like, oh my God, here we go, comedy. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because that can only be you. I'm not on that show.
Yeah.
That's not my show.
But if they know me, they know you.
Yes, they're happy to see me, but they're not. They're like, oh, okay. And then the next night, I go, what are you doing? Don't say that. And he goes, all right, I'll fix it. This guy, you've seen him on Netflix, Joe Rogan. And for a second, he doesn't say the Joe Rogan podcast or the Joe Rogan experience. He's been on Joe Rogan's show. He just says Joe Rogan. So the crowd's like, oh my God, Joe Rogan's here.
Oh, yeah.
And they're relieved to see me come out, but still.
Well, the problem is sometimes these comics will say a bigger name in your intro. I used to get this next guy was shouted out by one Jerry Seinfeld. So most people are eating a falafel going, did he say Jerry Seinfeld? And now they're like,
Right.
And then my fat ass walks up and they go, who's this?
Well, close enough. What are you going to do? But then he did this the other day. He's bringing up Louis. I bring Louis over there. Louis is excited to come to the stand. He might come tonight, too.
Ooh.
And, Figs goes up there, and he goes, all right, folks, you come to a show in New York City. And Louis and I both go, here we go.
Yeah.
It's one of these guys. Oh, my God, you never know what's going to happen. Your dick could fall off. Your pussy could fucking sneeze. Your asshole could bleed. Get ready for the surprise of your life, the greatest comedian of a generation, Mount Rushmore. And Louis is doing his 4th set in 5 years.
Oh.
He's got 3 jokes and a poem. And he's like,
got a haiku.
He's lighting fireworks off. And he goes,
Yeah.
Louis C.K. And they go, ah.
Yep.
And then Louis eats shit for 10 minutes because he gave him a fucked up intro.
The big intro, it's a nice sentiment. It's got good intentions, but it's a real hole to dig out of because they put you up here and then you want to work on your bit about the zoo and they go, I thought this guy was something.
That's a good bit.
Hey, thanks.
No, I meant Louis.
Shit.
But I had this at the Greek. Maybe I told this story already. When I did the Greek, that MC, James McCann or McGann.
Oh, the Australian
yes.
queef.
Maybe I already told this story, but he's like, we got a special guest. He wasn't supposed to be here, but he's a special guest. And Joe Lett, and I'm like, well, nobody at the Greek in L.A., in Hollywood, Jerry.
On the Netflix Fest.
At the Netflix
with every
Festival,
big name in the book.
nobody in the whole room is like, oh, I hope it's Liz.
No, they're going, come on, Kevin Hart, or
Yes.
Sebastian, or Nate Bargatze even.
Exactly. So Figgy boy, we love you, but your intros stink.
Figgy Pudding. Yeah, he's a sweet, sweet man. He's
Yeah.
got to cut down on the Hershey bars, though. That guy's rounder than a basketball, but sweet kid.
Yeah, good guy, and only like a little Italian, by the way.
Really?
Doesn't he? He feels like full Guido, but I think he's half Puerto Rican and
Oh,
half
yeah.
something.
Well, he's some bad in there. He's got some brown and a hell of a stash.
And a hell of a good cook. But boy, what a weekend we had. It's fun. We were both in the city on the weekend.
Unbelievable.
First time since 1998, I think.
Yeah, it was great. I had the wife around. We hit the pool. We went to a pool in Brooklyn and got drunk and just nice to have a day in the city. I'm always on a plane, an Uber, an astronaut. I'm up in the sky. I'm jumping around in a cab or whatever. And here we are and just sitting in a lounge chair. It was nice.
It was nice. And I was supposed to be home this weekend, too. And then I got a crazy hair up my ass, and Sarah's been wanting to visit her mother and the baby and the Texas and the thing. So I was like, we'll go to Houston. And now I'm
Yes.
like, I got buyer's remorse. I'm like, I could use another weekend
Yes.
because, boy, did we have a time. But the Stand Friday night, that was an all-time.
Oh, what a humdinger. Well, first of all, in New York, when it's a holiday weekend, there's a buzz in the air. Everyone's in a good mood, and also half the city leaves. So you got a
Exactly.
little room to breathe in this goddamn town. Usually you got a swatch of sidewalk this big, and you're bumping into everybody.
There's nothing better than being home on a holiday weekend because, exactly, there's spots everywhere. I don't really drive that much, but there's spots everywhere, and it's just quiet and nice. And
Spots everywhere, like your dick.
and lumps, spots, blood, cum, asshole, juice.
Sure, that's a bad drink.
But you were just a sight for sore asshole over there, and I thought you were leaving because I had the 11:45 spot, which as soon as I get there, I'm like, does anyone want to take my spot? I want to get out of
Oh.
here. I go to bed at 10 p.m.
That's a late spot.
And you ended up hanging the whole night. Salacuse was there. I commandeered his camera for a bonus.
That's right. Yeah, so we're going to be on the street, on foot, mobile, portable, at the stand, riffing and raffing all day long.
And our boy Andre Kim came in, and boy, did we hit him from all sides.
Man, it was like Charlie, and I was in the bush. I mean, we hit him with the gong and the rice hat, the whole thing.
If you like inappropriate humor right at somebody, really targeted,
Yes.
irreverent humor, get on the Patreon.
Oh, it was like a
because-
spy balloon. We knocked his ass down.
Well, and I had another funky thing where a woman in the middle of my set said that
Oh.
that's offensive to me and all women.
Yikes.
And then I was like, and Salacuse has got he's on his one knee and is right in the way of everything.
we
nice,
gotta get that in there.
nice and unfocused and shaky, right in
Sure.
there. And it's gonna be like Blair Witch Project. Great film. You like the Blair Witch? I love that film.
I don't care for horror.
Is that right?
I don't love it. I mean, there's some good ones out there, but like A Quiet Place, I enjoyed.
Yeah, that one stinks.
All right, but I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it the first time. The second time I was like, what is this again?
You
What-
can't watch that one twice. What are you, crazy?
Yeah, the second time I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But Blair
was-
Witch I love.
That happens with sex. You find that sometimes. Like the first time, you're like, that was magical. Like I used to hook up with this gal in San Francisco. She was.
Go ahead
And-
bleep that.
Oh yeah, I bleeped that. Now she works next door, but she was a nice lady, and we had a fling, and we had a great weekend. It was one of those bang all weekend, and then I went back like 3 years later, and she was still working there, and I said, hey, why don't we take it for round two? And it was a wet blanket.
Well, that happens. I think people get a little more conservative or whatever. They want a relationship.
No politics.
Sometimes that happens. I'm on the 948th time fucking a woman this year.
Sure.
And it's still just as good as the first time, if you ask
Wow,
me.
what's the secret?
Lying.
I see. She's lying there. Yeah, that's it. Well, you got to push through. You got to find new ways. Put something up your ass. Grab a ball. Tweak a nipple. Spit on something. Figure it out.
Absolutely. We put Ultimate Warrior face paint on her. Or I ripped my shirt off like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Junkyard Dog.
I fart on her like Andre the Giant. You make it work.
I am now, boss. That's on the Patreon. That Patreon is going to be something else. There was some gold in there.
Oh, and them their hills.
We told some Andre the Giant stories. We got to the bottom of the 3-point shot. Oh, but the woman that yelled out offensive to all women. And then I went downstairs to the same bit, and it fucking murdered. And you can watch it all unfold. And that's all on Patreon, unreleased material. So get on there. That'll be edited in a couple years.
Oh, that was a great night, too, because we won't say who, but a person was leaving their job at that club.
Yeah.
And we all got a dinner, and we got 3 desserts.
I know. And I think probably we're supposed to pay for it at some point. I don't know. But we got a whole batch of dessert.
We'll give Louis the bill tonight.
Yes.
He can afford it.
Boy, it was just a fun hang. We had who else was there? You, me, Salacuse.
Rich Voss.
Voss was there, and Andre Kim was
Richie
a great
Redding?
hang. I don't know if Richie was there that night.
I don't know if he
He's
was
a great
there.
hang, too, though.
He's a good guy.
We got a great hang tonight, too.
Oh, we
got
do?
Ian Lara.
Oh,
we got
love
Feehan,
Lara.
We got Maddie Weiner. We got you. We got me, Kramer the butler, possibly Louis.
Woo-wee!
And that was a fun hang. And then Saturday, I had the night off and impromptu woke up, beautiful day, 80 and sunny, and I have a child and a wife, and she went for a run. I had the baby. When she came back, I was all packed up, and I said, we're going to the park.
Yes.
Central Park. She's like, what? She was all excited. Oh, okay. And I said, we're ready to go. I got the sheet and the thing and the other thing, and I cut the 2 holes in the sheet. Put the cross on it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Light it on fire.
So we went to Central Park on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. We found a nice shady spot. We put that kid right down there.
Wow.
He crawled. He ate the leaves and the grass and stuffed a hot dog in his mouth. And we just had the time of our lives out there.
Was it jammed? I mean, there's probably not a patch of land on there.
Well, Sheep Meadow was jammed, but we found a shady little spot over there. And we watched the horses go by, and we went for a run and a walk. We took turns. We went over to the Dakota because we had just watched Rosemary's Baby.
Ooh,
That's a great horror.
That's a good movie.
That's a hell of a film. Charles Grodin's first movie.
The Grode.
Yeah, I love Grodin.
He aged horribly, didn't he?
I guess so. Well, he's dead now.
Is he dead?
I
Wow.
believe so.
That's bad aging, but he was good in Beethoven.
Yeah, and Beethoven's second.
And De Niro, come on, New York,
Cape
Bill
Fear,
Murray.
De Niro.
Oh, man. You know it.
What about Bob?
Now give it a goog.
Who's the boss?
It's De Niro on the run.
Oh, Midnight Run.
Midnight
oh,
Run.
my God. Yes, one of my
Thank
favorite
you.
films ever. Directed by
Okay.
Martin Brest.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
a hell of a film.
Left to right.
Joey Pants.
Oh, yeah, Joey Pants.
I love that movie. One of the great flawed endings of any movie ever. I'm sure we've talked about it.
I don't believe we have.
Well, supposedly he's walking around with $100,000 the whole time.
I
the whole
see.
film, Charles Grodin has $100,000 strapped to him,
Right.
and at the end, he has to unstrap it and go, "Here, I've had this money the whole time." He gives it to De Niro, and then De Niro goes up to the cab and goes, "Anyone have change for $1,000?" So they realized they wrote this movie where he's secretly carrying $100,000.
Yeah.
And there must have come a moment where they realized to carry around $100,000 in cash, you'd be bulging.
Yes.
It's a huge amount of money.
Uh-huh.
So they had to just create a world where $1,000 bills are just out in circulation. Like he's like, "Oh, I got a $1,000 bill," which is not something that you just see in the live real world.
Yeah.
But they must have had this moment where they were like, "Wait, what does $100,000 look like?" in
Yes.
cash?
How does a movie get through all the editing, all the writing, all the acting, all the directing, and not catch that?
Because $100,000, you'd have to have 1,000 $100 bills.
Yes.
That's a lot,
Well, wait a minute.
right?
Is there $1,000 bill?
I don't think there's ever been one in
Give it a
circulation.
go.
I think they exist, but they're not in circulation.
So a bank wouldn't give that out.
No, you can't go to fucking Chipotle with 1,000 and be
No.
like, "Here you go, I'd like a burrito."
I think they'd take 50 or less usually.
Yeah.
What do you got on $1,000 note? C note.
It says the United States no longer issues bills in larger denominations such as 500, 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. But they are still legal tender, and they may still be in circulation.
Ooh, and that was in the 80s.
Okay, I mean maybe, but
Well, I think there's barely any at all.
Yeah.
Like it's not like $2 bills.
yeah,
I think it's like there's barely any in existence.
Interesting. I got two on me.
It's a weird ending, but great movie. And who's that guy who plays the Chicago mob boss? He's dead too. He's great.
Joe Pantalone.
No, the guy he plays Serrano in the movie. Boy, he's great. I forget the actor's name.
It's been a minute.
But he's very good. Anyways, I love that film.
Good movie. Good time. Flawed ending. How about that?
Folks, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Everybody needs to talk, whether you're going through a huge breakup, Mark, or you just need a sounding board for daily stressors. Therapy is useful for everyone. You know me, I was in therapy as a little boy. I was in therapy in my 20s. I've been in therapy since I was 35, and I'm not stopping.
No, sirree, Bob.
I love therapy. I got a therapist, a psychiatrist, an AA home group, a gym, and a meditation practice. I got it all. And you still happy you fucking can't stand me. But BetterHelp's online therapy makes it easy to access no matter who you are or what your schedule looks like. All of your appointments are 100% online, so you can do therapy whenever and wherever works for you. I always think of Shakira. Whenever. We're meant to be together.
To be here and I'll be there.
You can do therapy anytime you want, whatever works for you. Just fill out the quick survey to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you'll be on your way. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. And we appreciate BetterHelp for helping out our fans, helping out our friends, and sponsoring the show.
Here, here.
Hey, folks. Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Bespoke Post. This summer, start being a cooler version of yourself. Whether you want to eat and drink more awesome, dress and travel more awesome, or explore more awesome, the Box of Awesome is jam-packed with carefully chosen gear from the best small brands around the world to help you level up. Oh, yeah. I love this stuff. I get all kinds of stuff. Chubbies, New Balance, Warby Parker. Those are just some of my faves, to name a few. And what else? A Way Bag, Blue Chew. Get on it, folks. You got to step it up. Get all your favorite stuff. Find your box by taking their quiz at boxofawesome.com, and they'll get you matched. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small up-and-coming brand. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. There's really nothing to lose. Get a free mystery gift from your monthly shipment when you sign up at boxofawesome.com/Tuesdays and enter code Tuesdays at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com/Tuesdays, code Tuesdays, for a free mystery gift with your first monthly shipment. boxofawesome.com/Tuesdays, code Tuesdays. Get on it.
But, we had a great park day. I hit you up. You were out in Brooklyn. Tell me about this Brooklyn business.
Well,
Who
the
goes
lady.
to Brooklyn?
I know. The lady's got sometimes going to Brooklyn's almost like a field trip now.
I suppose so.
You know, but you're going to Manhattan, so you're changing boroughs, so I'll change a borough.
But I'm going to the best borough.
That's true.
You're going to the fucking...
I live in the best, so I got to go mix it up. But so the lady goes, I want to go to a pool. And you go, right, we go to a pool. But I go, I don't want to go to this Soho House nonsense. That's where we always go. And it's just hot gay guys, and you're in a pool, and it's just jizz water. So I'm like, all right.
Sounds perfect to me. Send me the address.
Yeah, it's a little salty, but it's not fun. Every guy's gawking at you and winking at you, and you go, oh, I'm with her, and then you blow one. But so we go, I'll go to a pool, but it's got to be empty. I can't go to one of these crazy pools. The DJ's pumping, everybody's hot and gay and weird. And I'm like, if I'm going to go to a pool, I want it to be relaxing.
I see.
Much like a hammock. A hammock, everybody thinks is relaxing. It's actually a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You fall through it. You got an ant up your ass. You come off of that thing with the weird imprint.
And the bugs.
And
My
the
God,
bugs.
the bugs. Because you're in a tree, so there's tree bugs.
Yes, and getting out of it and getting into it is a hellish moment. So whatever. So she finds a pool in Williamsburg, and I go, all right, we can jump on the L. We'll make a day out of it. We get there. We had a great time. There's like 4 people there. We had the whole pool to ourselves. I'm doing backstrokes and the whole thing, and we start drinking, and we're out in the sun, and it was a delight.
I love a delight.
Very tasty delight, and nice day buzz, and got my shit together and did some sets that night. But it was a great one. Something about that sun hitting your face, just laying there drinking a Mai Tai is you can't beat it.
Well, there's nothing better in the world. So we had that. It was just a beautiful weekend. Then Sunday, had that night off. And, you know, the wife and I, you know, it's like you got the baby. And so I got to work and she's got to work. So you divvy the spots up. Sunday night. Wait, I'm thinking of Monday night. She had spots. Anyways, Monday night, we're doing date night movie. We watched this movie Challengers, the tennis movie.
Oh, with
Tennis and
the
sex.
threesome.
That's all I want in my life is tennis and sex.
Ooh, love.
And it was nice because it was the first time in a long time we just put the phones away. She looked at her phone, but whatever. Pretended to put the phones away and just watch some sex. Plus, it's like a sexy movie. So afterwards, you fuck in the ass.
Oh,
That's
nice.
fun. But Sunday, now this was one of these ones, not a great story, but one of the great all-time days of my whole life.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Well, the 5 o'clock show killed me.
I know, the 5 o'clock show.
That really creeps up because you're like, 5, that's kind of, you know, that's quitting time, 5
Right.
o'clock. But then you sleep till 1, and you look up, and you're like, oh, now it's 2. You know, I go to the park. That'll start at 3. I'll get there at 3:30. Then you got to leave by 4. It's a whole thing.
Right. And also the park, you don't want to get there at high noon sun. It's
Exactly.
150 degrees.
It was a hot one that day. Scorch ya.
So we had this thing. So Karen Feehan has a pool.
Do
you know her?
Heard of her.
She's got a pool.
I heard she's ugly.
She's got a beautiful high-rise building,
Oh.
floor to ceiling,
Great building.
glass, whatever the fuck.
Her neighborhood, you when I've gone to do her podcast, you're like, who lives here? Who are they? What is this? The Rockefellers? Are these people from reality TV? It feels like the Real Housewives or something live there.
I'll tell you who lives there. Hot bitches.
Really?
Yeah, you got to get to that pool.
I'm all over that shuffleboard court.
So she goes, why don't you come down to the pool? I'll reserve a spot. It's $30 a person.
Wow.
Even if you live there. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it one bit. I think it's a rip.
Luxury apartment, you pay $7,800 a day, and then the pool is an additional $30 they whack you for.
That is bonkers.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah. Parking's enough. Now you got me on the pool?
She's got one of these buildings that's like, they got laundry, they got the gym in there, they got
Sure.
daycare in there, they
Wow.
got a doorman, they got a pool. We might move there. I swear
Yeah.
to God, I'll move to downtown.
Get the daycare. Come to the Manhattan. Come to the island.
But you're leaving.
That's true.
And I ain't going to Brooklyn, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, it's your turn. You've never lived in the Manhattan.
I lived in Manhattan. I lived in Harlem.
Oh, you lived in the
I lived in
Har.
Harlem for a full year. 127th and St. Nicholas, baby.
Well, go down with the whites.
You got a whole topsy-turvy world down there. But downtown Manhattan, you're like, but who grows up there? You don't want to have a kid that's like, I grew up in the financial district.
No, that kid sucks, and he's going to shoot up a school.
But anyways, it's a hell of a building. So she reserves the spot the night before. I'm excited. We're going to go hit the pool, hang out, big family day. And then we got the big park hang, the classic Joe List park hang.
Sure.
That I'm famous for, of course, amongst comedians. So I got the 3P Central Park hang, 9:30 a.m. pool.
9:30 a.m. You got to get all the way downtown.
I know. So I wake up, and Sarah right away is like, because, you know, we're stayed up late fucking, the babies cry, whatever. So she's got one eye open. She's like, just cancel. Tell Karen we can't come. We'll just do the
Yes.
part. One thing per day.
It is a lot because you got a little meatball to drag around.
I know, but I'm like, come on, we can do it. I give a big Rudy speech. What are you talking about? Now, the night before, I get an email, and it's an email from Karen Feehan. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Email.
Lost my phone. My phone's gone. My wallet's gone. We can still on for the pool tomorrow, but I got to get up at 8 a.m. I got to go to Chase Bank, get out money, go get a new phone. Have you seen it? Can you check my social media to see if anyone's posting shit?
Wow.
Of course, I'm like, yeah, your pussy's spread open all over Instagram. It's crazy.
Your asshole's everywhere. Everything's per usual.
Yeah, it's there's photos of your feet and there's cum in your hair and
Feet hand.
Yeah, that's all over the place. And I say, JK, LOL, everything's fine. So now,
Well, how did she's sober? How did she lose a phone?
I don't know. She's one of these people that, like, I've shared a house with her twice. She's one of these people that, like, her phone is like, hey, your phone's out in the backyard. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
She's also one of these people. I'm at 1%. Can I borrow anyone's charger?
Oh, my lady's the 1%er.
I can't handle it.
It's the worst. And she's like, oh, we're out in the middle of dinner. Anybody got a charger? She's asking the bartender and everything. I'm like, this is the hot lady move. I could never do that.
It's funny you say that because I was once on tour with a very hot woman. I don't want to say who. I don't want to sound disparaging, but it was one of these people, and we were all over the world. I'm talking Croatia, Paris, fucking Italy, Russia.
Taylor Swift.
And it's one of these people. It's like, I'm at 1%. I can meet up, but my phone's dead. I'm like, your phone's dead?
I know.
We're in the Czech Republic.
Exactly. Yes.
We're on the fucking Scooter-Boo-Boo Street. Like, the vowels are upside down here.
I know there's a O with a line through it.
Like, what are you talking about? No phone.
That's crazy talk. And then they're like, oh, it's so hard out here for a lady. I might get assaulted. I'm like, you got no phone. You can't film the guy if he does anything.
You're in 7-inch heels and you have no map. You're fucked.
Right. GPS, you queef.
So, anyway, she's one of these people. So now it's like the night before. And I got one eye open. I'm half asleep. I'm half a fag, and I'm getting emails over and over again, being like, oh, "Okay, so if you get here at 9:30, I talked to my door guy. My door guy's name is Hank. If you talk to the door guy, talk to this guy." And I'm like, "Okay, so now it's a big fucking mess." But then we end up we're late for the 9:30 because the baby sleeps. He takes a nap. You got to pack everything up, and then we're going for the day. And he's 7 months old, so you got to pack a towel, 40 diapers, 6 buckets, or whatever the fuck, bottles.
Now bottles.
Plus, you only have a few bottles. You got to bring like dishwashing, because you got to wash the bottles at some point, because we don't have enough bottles to last the whole day. Because there's not enough room in the bag.
I see.
You can't just bring 8 bottles. You got to bring 3 bottles plus a washing fucking thing.
Why do you need to wash it?
Because you put milk in it, and it's just sitting in the summer. You got to rinse it out before you can make another bottle.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you have just hot old milk in there.
I don't see my parents washing.
I don't know if they went out for a 12-hour day either, though.
Nah, I guess not. Although my parents were on the move, but I had an old nanny.
Right. But anyways, we got no nanny, no canny. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Tranny? I don't know.
No tranny.
There you go.
But anyways, so we go, okay, we're going down there.
Nanny.
I'm just getting a car. So we get so she's not going to be there now. Now she's like, every Chase is closed because it's Sunday, so she can't have money. I'm like, I'll bring cash if you need it. She's like, fuck you. I don't want your money, you piece of shit.
Jeez.
She goes, all right, I'm going to the Apple store. It opens at 10 a.m. Now I know, maybe you don't. I thought most people know. If you get a new phone, it takes 5 hours. You got to fucking...
Oh, you got to reload everything.
Pick out the phone, reload, fucking boobily boo.
Sign in, password. Here's my thumbprint. Here's my retina. Here's my semen sample, the poo stain, whatever.
Exactly. That's why I carry a semen sample on my back at all times.
Well, somebody's got to put it there.
It's not mine. But anyway, so she's now missing the whole swim, which, is a bummer, but you're also like, the pool's all I want.
Yeah, but it's a little awkward because it's not your home.
No, but she's good. She's aces, this lady. She goes, she talks to Dante, the pool boy. She talks to Alfred, the door guy. So we walk in, they see us getting out, and this is like a super billionaire building.
Upscale.
So you walk out, they go, you must be Mr. List, you must be Karen's friend, and you're Sarah, and you're the baby. Okay, right this way.
Wow.
Then the guy comes out, he goes, oh, I know who you guys are. You're Karen's friends. I heard all about you. You can change in there, you can scoop over there. Now, the baby's never been in a pool before.
Oh, this is big.
This is huge. So he's got the big bathing suit.
Oh, what?
And the whole thing, and I put him in, and now you get there, and it's all just hot babes.
Oh, boy.
This is like, the whole 2-piece thong up the thing, the titties out.
Oh, God almighty. What about the wife? What's she up to?
I didn't even see her. I don't know.
She's got I picture her with a onesie of pajamas on with the butt flap open.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. She had sweatpants and I don't know. I didn't see her most of the day, but what about this for an invention? You're going to like this.
I can't wait.
Now, I know you.
Please.
A device, you hook it into your baby's eyes, like a contact lens. I don't know how it works. I'm just the idea guy.
All right,
Some kind
seems dangerous.
Maybe it's a chip.
Okay, I like chips.
A Chip and a Dale, and I have a brother-in-law named Chip and an uncle named Dale. Isn't that fun?
Whoa, I
Yeah.
didn't know you had a brother-in-law named Chip.
Yeah, Chip and Dale.
It's fun.
Well, you've met him. But anyways, you put the chip in, and everything the baby sees and looks at goes directly into my brain.
Oh, I love that.
Because I'm holding the baby at the pool, and he doesn't know what from what. He's just staring
Yes.
right at the pussies of these ladies.
Isn't that weird that the baby doesn't register a clam?
He's like this.
Yeah, well, so am I.
So I got the chip, and I'm looking up at the clouds going, look at the clouds.
Yes.
But I'm staring at the pussy. And then I'm like, that away, buddy. Get in
I
there.
love it.
Then you hand him over.
Oh,
And he's swishing in the cleavage, and
man.
he's grabbing all the titties. Maybe we can hook the hands up, too.
Yes, and you feel what he feels.
Yes.
Now you and the baby have boners.
And this is
This
a
is
billion-dollar
great.
idea. I got to text Elon.
It's like when they put the camera in the teddy bear, and they put that puppy in the bedroom, and now you see mommy and daddy fucking.
Exactly. So, pretty good idea.
I like it. The baby is he's innocent.
It's a beautiful thing because they're all going, oh, my God, Ooja. And then they come over, they're like, Ooja, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't believe it.
Well, the baby, you're thinking, hey, nice tits. The baby's thinking, hey, that's good eating.
Exactly. And, what I think is got a heightened sense of smell.
Ooh.
So you can
wait.
smell that.
I think that's a dog.
Well, whatever.
All right. Mammal.
But so, anyways, it's a beautiful, and it's the early morning, so it's quiet, and we're the only ones in the pool because these people. What do you make of these pool people? And I think we've probably talked about this before at some point. I'm a run into the pool, cannonball, backstroke, backflip, noodles, throwing
Yeah.
balls. How about these people with the nice bodies? They get waist deep and they lean on the ledge and they read. They're reading like Sophocles or whatever. I'm like, what is this stand waist deep in water? Is that joyful?
I am with you. My lady just likes to be in the water. She's like, I like to be in the water. Just have my feet in, my knees in, my butt in, my dick in. I'm like, I'm swimming. We're swimming or we're not swimming. I can't just wade. What am I, a slave?
Fried
Wade in the water. Dwayne Wade.
Wade Boggs.
There you go. It's no good.
I don't get it, and I
Wade's
want to
World. Excellent.
I want to sprint and I'll jump over your head. You jump over my
Yeah,
head.
chicken.
Throw the football. Get on my shoulders.
Sure.
See how long you can suck me off before you drown.
Yeah, I'm going full Nirvana, baby.
And then be like, watch this. I'll stand on the water. You try to jump and stay. How long can I run across the water?
Love it. Love it.
I only like swimming if someone's close to smashing their head on the side, the cement fucking corner.
Sure. You know what else is fun? The rail going down the stairs. I like to slide down that puppy and
forget
get
it.
my dick wet.
It's the best. So we're the only ones in there. So I got the baby, and he's loving it. He's kicking. He's loving. He's mostly drinking the water, but whatever. What are you gonna do? He had a blast. Sarah had a blast. We had a great time, and then you lay out in the sun and enjoy that. That was fun.
Air drying is nice. You know, when you're completely soaked, you just lay there, and 10 minutes later, you're like, hey, look at me. I'm drier than my wife's puss.
It was the best, and so much fun. And then time's up. They kick you out, and then Karen got there just to basically say hello. She had to go to the noon session. And that's what's good about Feehan. Now, in my life, if I set up a hang and then I lost my phone and missed the whole hang, and then people were done swimming, I'd be like, all right, I guess you guys getting lunch? I guess I'll get lunch with you.
Right.
Even though she wants to go to the pool now because she missed out in the morning session.
Yes.
But she's like, all right, you guys can use my house. I'm going down to the pool.
I like that kind of person.
That's the best kind of friend.
Low maintenance, and they keep it real, and there's nothing personal. You know, I would be like, oh, I guess I got to go eat with you. I feel bad. I lost my phone. I should make up for it. But she's like, nah, I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, you can shower here. You can fucking do whatever you want to do here. Just live in my house. But I'm not going to be here. I'll be out there.
I can't do that. But I like that she can.
Yeah. That's what I always liked about my friend Derek. We would call on the phone. I'm like, you want to hang out? And he's like, nah, not really. I'm like, all right, I'll see you later.
Wow.
Or vice versa. You'd be like, yeah. And then we'd always do this. Just come over.
Right.
We'll start hanging out because some people want to make a plan.
Oh, no plan.
Well, what are we going to do? I don't want to do that. Well, I want to do this. You need the friend that's like, come here, and
Just
then we'll go
go.
from there.
Yeah, that's big. The pool thing. Oh, and I had something at the pool. Oh, so I see Karen that night.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Sunday? You were at the pool? So I see her that night at the stand, and I go, hey, you go to the park hang? She was like, nah, I'm not going to that. I was like, oh, all right, I missed it. I felt bad about it. But then when she was like, I'm not going. What am I going to sit in the sun and on the grass? I was like, oh, yeah. And then I didn't feel as bad.
Yeah, well, she's also just an asshole. But she's like, no, that's fun for poor people. And I'm like, what do you do? We play frisbee. First of all, yeah, laying in the grass is fun.
Yeah.
I love the grass.
I like the grass.
No better feeling than the grass. Plus, you take your shirt off, you throw the frisbee, you throw the football, you got a wiffle ball, and then you have the conversation. You're sitting in a circle. Oh, have you seen that guy? That guy's a hack. This guy's. It's the same as the green room hang, except it's shade and sun and breeze and hot dogs and the band, the roller skaters.
It's a green grass hang.
Yes.
No green room.
That's right.
But yeah, that's not bad. That's not, and a lot of people, including me, they go, I gotta take a subway there, then you gotta walk down in the sun, then you gotta find everybody, then it's awkward for a minute. I gotta get over that part.
It's the best. You used to come.
I can't come.
We played a lot of frisbee, but it was a great group. Sagalo, Cantor, Isabel, Steve Rogers.
So far,
Patrick
I'm feeling pretty
Colbert.
good. All right.
Who else? Louis.
All right.
Chris Rock came with him for a few minutes.
Now this seems a little far-fetched.
Yeah, no, he
Who
was
else?
there.
Geraldo came?
Jerry came by. Michael
Jerry.
Richards, he was promoting the new book.
Oh, cool. Wow. Did he do a set?
Him and Chris clashed a little.
I feel like this is a barking. Hey, we got Dave Chappelle coming to the Ha Comedy Club. We got David Letterman's doing a set. First time in 38 years.
Someone else was there. Well, everyone was out of town, I think.
Sure.
That's sort of the main thing that was happening.
I see. If I could teleport and just, whoop, I'm at the park, whoop, I could leave. That would be nice.
Hey, folks. Tuesday Stories brought to you by Fume. Oh, yeah. We love Fume. I just got a new one in the mail, and it is a beauty. It looks good. It feels good. It's sleek. It's slick. It's got some heft to it. This thing's really well made. And you look cool holding it and using it. It's got some cool flavors. I'm a big fan. Ditch the habit of smoking or vaping. Everybody hates a vape guy. So just use this. No nicotine, no addiction. New retro sweet cores, bundle flavors like black licorice, spearmint ice, and my favorite, cinnamon hearts. I use it. I abuse it. It's fun. You just stick it in your mouth. You change the flavors. It looks cool. You pull it out. You twist that new cartridge in. Slips right in, and you breathe it in some fun flavors without all the bad stuff. So you get the oral fixation, and you don't kill yourself. Fume has served over 300,000 customers and can be your very next success story. For a limited time, use code Tuesdays to get a free gift with your journey pack. Head to tryfume.com/Tuesdays. That's TRYFUM.com/Tuesdays and use code Tuesdays to get a free bag with your order today. Get some Fume.
It's time to experience your favorite music the way it should be listened to with a pair of Raycon Everyday Earbuds. This is all we use. You know that about us. We never mention anything else. The sound quality is insane, and it is half the price of the big guys, and they're more than worth it.
Yes.
They come in black, forest green, royal blue, blush violet. I haven't seen the blush violet. That sounds nice. I'm a forest green man. I got a forest green pair of these. They sent them to me, and I love them.
Oh, yeah.
I like them more than any of the other people. There's something for everyone, and they're designed for a cozy fit no matter your ear size.
Ooh.
They're weatherproof. They have 3 customizable sound styles, active noise cancellation, and a quick charge function that'll get you 90 minutes of battery on a 10-minute charge.
Sing it, sister.
Charge for 10, get 90 minutes. Tell them how, Mark.
That is quite a charge. This upgraded model is seriously amazing. You can even pair with 2 devices at once. Go to Raycon.com, go to buyraycon.com, BUY. Raycon.com/Tuesdays today to get 15% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. That's right. You'll get 15% off and free shipping at BUYRAYCON.com/Tuesdays. BuyRaycon.com/Tuesdays. Thank
All right.
you. You're missing out if you don't do it.
Back to the show. What a show. I'm gay. Well, also, by the way, the girls, I mean.
Oh, forget about the dames on the dirt.
And also, everyone's in dresses. They just lay on their backs. So it's all up skirts and panty shots.
Isn't it weird that if a skirt goes blowing in the wind, you see the underwear, every girl's like, ah! But if you're in a bikini with a thong, they're like, hey, look at my fucking labia.
I mean, that's
It's
all I
wacky.
think about all the time.
It's out of whack.
It's the same thing. You're in a two-piece. It
Yes.
makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. Nobody wants to see their skid marks showing, but if you're in a bathing suit, I can see your fucking C-section.
Well, but it is hotter, too, because it's accidental.
Yes, that is hotter.
Panties are a lot hotter than swimsuits.
I know.
Because they're like cotton, I think. You can rip them. You can
Cotton Eye Joe.
move them to the side a little
Oh, I
easier.
love the side move.
Oh, God.
But you
it's
know what
the
else
best.
is hard in a pool is when, besides my
cock.
dick, is you're walking by and there's 4, 5, 6 gals on the day beds or whatever you call them, and they're just face down, and you're like, but you can't look at the butt. But you're walking right by the butt. It's a mind fuck for the male.
No, I stare at the butt. I know I'm a bad person or whatever. Times have changed. But I think if you're in a public park, you're public fodder and Potter. I mean, if people want to stare at my tits when I'm shirtless out in the park,
I guess.
stare at my tits.
I think you got to get in, get out. You got to look and go, that's her ass, and then look the other way.
Well, you can't go over there and read it like it's Sophocles or whatever, Othello.
Sure.
But you can, you
Yeah,
know?
I guess so. And they're the ones displaying.
Yeah. Plus, you do the trick. You go, which way is east again? Over there.
yeah.
Katie Hannigan was there. That's the other thing. I'm-
Yeast infection.
I'm very good at spotting people in the park. This is the best part of
Uh-huh.
the parquet because you're like this. Hey, I'm nearby, and you're like this. Okay, I see her, and
Yeah.
then that's fun. So while you're pretending to look for people, you can also.
Oh,
get that
that's a
in
good
there.
one. And the frisbee's a big one. Throw it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's big. That was back when you there was pre-social media, no dating apps, and a frisbee was an in. Like, oh, almost hit you there, ma'am. What are you reading? Sophocles? Oh yeah, that's a good one. You ever read Othello? We got it over here. You know.
Well, you're very good at walking up to dames and going, "Hey, whoop, boop, boop."
I can do the walk up and say it, but I can't close.
Oh, you closed.
I'm closed for business.
Yeah, you are now.
That's true.
But I saw you close a couple things. Boy, remember we closed those old bags in the hotel that time.
Ooh, that's the easiest closure. Is the old hotel? I mean, the old barfly skank.
What was that exactly?
I have
again?
no idea.
We were at Caroline's or somewhere.
We were at Caroline's and we walked over to Playwrights and kept putting them back. And we saw a couple of senior citizens.
They were older than baseball, these women.
Oh yeah, one of them had a cane and the other one had a
Abel?
respirator tank, and they were out visiting their grandsons in the war or something, and they were like, "We're staying up here," and I go, "Oh, I used to live in this hotel. Let me see if the rooms are the same." And they were like, "You got it," and we got in there, and yeah, we learned all about women's suffrage.
That was I mean, I must have known you 8 months at the time, and I think I was eating one of them out. Like she had her leg up on the competition. It was up on the bureau.
Was she Captain Morgan?
She had like a red, long, floppy dress, like a League of Their Own. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
And I was underneath.
There's no crying and eating out.
I was underneath there like a tablecloth. And I remember just you and I, we kept talking. It's like, it's all blurry. It's brown.
Well, yeah, we were half in the fag. We were gone. We were blotto. It was bad news, and they were gone too. It was a who's who.
But I don't think we actually banged. We
No.
just kind of fingered them and made out. And
I had one in the bathroom. She kept talking about prohibition, so I got out of there. Fucking Ken Burns over here. She was giving me the history of World War I and Franz Ferdinand. So, oh, look at that! You caught it. But yeah. So I had to bail once she told me she knew Ike Eisenhower. But yeah, that was a wild night. We had millions of those. That was just one night.
You know what's funny about that? In reality, they were probably like our wives' age now.
No,
Telling you.
no.
We were like 26 years old. They were probably 40.
These women were on a rascal. I mean, these were old hags.
I'm telling you, time does funny things to a man. I'm telling you, she was probably 33.
Mine looked like B. Arthur. She had the pearl earrings. She had the doily dress and the necklace with the locket of her best boy in it. They were going steady.
But that's what I'm saying. B. Arthur, you can look it up. She was like 28 on Golden Girls.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Robinson was 39.
Well, Betty White, I think, was 16 in the first season of Golden Girls.
Give it a goog, will you?
B. Arthur, first season, Golden Girls. I
she's
think she was
over
41.
Okay, I was going to say over 40.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. To us, they were old fucking coozes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that was set in Miami, too, which is funny to think of these old bags in Miami. That was back when Miami had old people in it. Now it's just a bunch of hot Cubans.
Looks like B. Arthur was 63.
The first season?
Okay.
Yeah, it says she was cast in 1985 and she was born in 1922.
B.
All
Arthur
right,
born in
that's
1922.
63.
Oh, you know what it is? Estelle Getty was the youngest one. How old was Estelle?
She was
'Cause that's
supposed
like
to be the
fun
oldest.
fact. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think she was like 19 or 20.
What was her name? Cecile? She was the Italian broad.
Sylvia.
Sylvia. It's like I'm talking to my Aunt Sylvia.
All right. Well, how old was Estelle Getty?
It looks like 62. Let me see.
Oh, that's
no,
a year
Rue
younger.
McClanahan was younger. She said she started at 51.
Well, she was the young slut of the group.
Right.
I've seen the show.
Not too young. It says, all right, let's see.
And then Betty White, we didn't age on her.
Yeah.
She died a year ago.
But she was
Yeah,
100
I mean-
or something.
Let me see.
That's right.
I thought they were all 11. Maybe I'm thinking of, what's his toes? Who's the guy? Wolford Brimley was like 19 when he made The Thing or whatever.
Yeah, so B. Arthur was 10 years
right.
older than her character was supposed to be.
Right.
So
Oh,
when they
okay.
started, she was supposed to be 53. She was 63.
Wow,
wow,
they never go
okay.
the other way.
Yeah.
So Betty White's character is 55, but she was actually 63. Again.
Wow.
Estelle Getty, she was written to be 79, and she was only 62 when she started, so she's younger
Okay.
by
Yeah,
only a
there you
year.
go.
Yeah, all
That
right,
counts.
Yeah, something like that.
Boy, we got a lot of range. We can go from jizz to Golden Girls trivia.
Absolutely.
How about that? We can go from taints and tits to Estelle Getty.
But anyways, we hooked up with some old broads, and it is
Oh, yeah.
hazy. Did they kick us out or what?
I think one of them took a nap.
Or I think we were kind of like, this is no good.
Yeah,
So we're just saying, cut it.
yeah. Well, she kept telling me about all her kids, her grandkids. She pulled out a book with the photos, and I decided to get out of there. One of them died of typhoid.
I just remember you were killing me because you were going, hey, all right, you fucking old cunt. And I'm going, I'm dying.
Yeah, that was fun.
Boy, you were really something in those younger days.
Yeah, I had a real screw loose.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It wasn't great on paper, and didn't help in school, I'll tell you that.
But boy, we had ourselves. It's what's tragic is the brief window that we got to hang out and drink together in.
Yeah,
It was pretty brief, and because when I first met you, I had a girlfriend, so I was never really around.
Right.
And then we broke up. You and I started hanging, but then I got sober not long after that, and then whatever. But boy, we could have really
Yeah, well,
cut some rugs.
and then the other side of that coin is even when we did have our wild nights, I'm in a blackout, so I don't remember any of them. I remember a
Right.
little bit, like images here and there, but there's no clear picture.
There was the Biltmore in Providence. I think we cried that night.
I texted everyone on my phone. It was that's the thing. You have these highs and lows. With the big party, you get the big cry,
Right.
and no one sees that part. But that was not pretty.
I think we did a rock club.
Huh?
What was that gig? We did a rock club in Providence.
That gig was pretty good.
I kind of remember.
Was it the Strand?
Maybe.
It was
I
packed.
I caught a strand of purpose.
How big? How big was it?
I don't know.
I'd say it was about 100 people.
I was
Okay.
shit house though. We shared a hotel, the Biltmore,
Yeah,
which was nice, and I
great
was showing
place.
you a Charlie Chaplin
Yes,
speech.
and it moved me, Jerry.
I mean, it was crazy. But I also remember it was that thing when we had first started hanging out, and I got fucked up and high and drunk, and I was like, "Wait, do you hate me?" Are you mad at me? And you're like, what? No. And I'm like, no, I think so. Fuck.
See, that was new to me. I grew up with a bunch of degenerate riffraffs, and no one ever did that.
Yeah, I mean, I was a degenerate riffraff that thought everyone hated him.
Well, you were degenerate, but you had some emotion. I grew up with a bunch of mooks who would just put you in a headlock for an hour.
Yeah, no, I mean, I liked breaking and stealing stuff, but then I was
Sure.
like, are you mad? What's going on here? I can't tell.
That was
'Cause I was showing you the chaplain.
That's right.
And I think you were in awe.
I was in awe, Jay. I mean, I was obsessed. I'd never seen it before, and it hit me right in the dick hole, and I had to send it to everyone I knew. My mom's like, you okay?
But then you also have to think, I think this is what happened, because I was high and drunk, and I was like, oh, am I that guy? Because I hate that guy. You're hanging, and someone's like, watch this video. And you're like, what?
Especially if it's a sincere video. It's one thing if it's an old man getting kicked in the nuts. You're like, all right, this is fun.
But it was sincere chaplain.
That's
And then we also watched all the old Marx Brothers at my old apartment. That was fun.
That was great.
We watched when stand-up stood out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had the Samoan, and we would just be blackout drunk, and your roommates would come home randomly.
I think I stayed in your apartment once, too.
Really?
With Megan and the dog.
I don't think
I stayed in your couch.
Really?
I think after the Coney Island.
After Coney Island.
We went all the way out to Coney Island.
For a murder fist gig.
That's right. And we got fucking banged up on that one.
Real big beers all night.
Yes. I think we were passed out on the train. There's a photo. Maybe you're passed out or I'm passed out.
Well, we're it's that weird stage of drunk where we partied all night and now we're going home and it's kind of sad and you're kind of coming down and you're doing this. You're like playing a fake guitar and I'm just looking off into the distance and we're sitting apart from each other. And she caught a nice.
Yeah, that was fun because you'd always have road beers for the way home. So you didn't pass out.
Yeah. Now I can't have a road beer because the hangover will be worse. I find that the longer you go without drinking before sleep, the better you feel in the morning.
Yeah.
But I love being completely shit-faced till you pass out. To me, that was the best. But those days are over.
Well, also, I was talking to Alan about this the other day. That just not like in therapy thing, but like just in passing. Not in but it was in therapy, but it wasn't like I need help. But I was like, when I was young, those days, you would ride the subway home, and it would be 3 a.m, and it would just the service was so bad you'd be waiting for like 20 minutes. Remember that?
Yeah,
like,
all the time.
So much of my life was like laying on the platform,
yes.
like literally like laying down on the platform,
totally
hammered with like a beer can, just waiting for the fucking N train to come.
Been there so many times. And I lived out in Crown Heights, so it was a long wait and a long ride.
Yes, and back then, and maybe it's still like this at 3 a.m. I think it's gotten better. There was no, now when you get on the train, it says 22 minutes till the next train, 16 minutes,
what a
8
gift.
minutes. They didn't have that.
No, and there was no service.
There was no service even in the station.
Yes, that was a nightmare.
You had no service and no idea when the next train was coming. And
Could have
it would
been
be
an
3
hour.
a.m, and you'd just be laying there. And it's so funny because now I'm so kook-oriented. Back then, it'd be 4:15 a.m. and I'm at like West 4th, just literally asleep on the fucking train. You'd be like, take me, rape me, I don't give a fuck. I need to sleep.
And back then you saw a kook and it was like a novelty. Like, hey, look at this guy. Holy shit, he's yelling. He's got a parrot on his shoulder and a shit in his mouth. And you're like, hey, look at that. And then remember how desperate you were. You would look down the tunnel.
All the time.
Because you were so desperate and you had no idea when the train was coming. And then the garbage train would come and tease your fucking asshole right in the...
Taint?
Thank you.
The garbage train is the worst. For those who don't know, you see the lights down the thing, and you're like, here comes the train. And you'd get everyone up. Everybody wake up. The train's coming, and it would just be a train hauling garbage.
It was a mirage.
Yes, and then there was times, every time I thought, I should just jump on this and then just hop off.
Interesting. Well, my friend was so drunk he got on one. Cassidy Hanahan.
What?
Remember him?
No.
Oh, you don't remember Cassidy? He was my old roommate from New Orleans.
I don't think so.
He got on the garbage train when he was drunk, and like at some point he got to the landfill, and the guys were like, "What the fuck? Get out of here!" And he was like, "Oh!" He woke up and they kicked him out. He didn't know where he was.
Well, the train moved so slow, you really thought like I could jump on the bed of this train.
Sure.
They didn't all have garbage on them. Some were just that yellow flatbed
That's
thing.
true.
You're like, I could just ride this up 4 stations.
That's true.
But then you're still waiting for the same train. But you didn't have any cab money back then.
No, you needed that train. And then sometimes they'd go, you're waiting for the D, and you're like, it's like a C would pull up, a C train from like 1941, and you're like, all right. And then you wake up in the Bronx.
Yeah, I had that. That was my story with Soda. First time I ever hung out with Cantor. Soda was working at K-Rock still. This is way back in the day. I didn't even know Cantor. It was the second time we were ever hanging out.
Wow.
And Soder would get tickets to shows. He got tickets to Stone Temple Pilots in Jersey, like way out in not even Newark. Like the Shed, the outdoor pavilion thing, which is in like it's on the way to like the it's like on the Garden State Parkway. I don't know what town.
No.
Someone call in and tell me what town it's in. I don't know.
So you drove? Or
No,
you
we were
passed
taking
it?
a train to New Jersey Transit all the way down to like the shore almost.
Wow.
And we had to go get the tickets from Soder at the radio station. Soder was like my boy then. I knew him. So he's like,
Sure.
here's your tickets. We show up. He's like on the air just by himself.
How funny.
It's crazy. He's got the cans on, and he had 6-pack of beer.
Wow.
We went and got him. We brought him beers in exchange for the tickets. So he's like cracking Coors Lights, being like, "This is the Wolfman Soder on
Yeah.
K-Rock 48."
Ow!
And he gave us the tickets. And Canada, now I'm like nervous because I'm like, I guess I got to get to know this guy. I don't really know him. That's the great thing about drinking.
Oh, it speeds all that up.
Exactly, because you're like, you drink, I drink. So we're just pounding 40. We get shithouse. We go to STP. I only remember 2 songs. I'm all fucked up. He's dead now. We take the train back.
Oh, yeah. Scott
we
Weiland.
meet back up with Soder, drink with him back in the city.
Well,
I'm
you
like,
got back.
Yes, we got back.
Wow.
So then I get on the train. I'm riding back with Soder. My stop is Ditmars Boulevard, which is the last stop. His
Okay.
stop is Astoria Boulevard, the second to last stop.
Okay.
I'm asleep because I've been drinking now for 14 hours.
Sure.
And he wakes me up. He goes, "Joe, get up. You're the next stop." And I go, "Got it. Thank you.
That's a friend.
You're a buddy. I love you. Thanks for the tickets. Fuck yeah, bro." I fucking
STP.
kiss him on the lips. The stop, I mean, you're a New Yorker. It takes under 3 minutes to get from one stop to the next stop.
Yeah.
I go, "All right, see you, Dan. Thanks for waking me up, bro. Thanks for the tickets." I wake up. I hear
Oh.
seagulls.
Oh, Coney Island.
I'm at Coney Island.
I've been
I
there.
step out. It's just hot dog wrappers, banana peels, and seagulls. And I
Yeah.
go, fuck.
And now it's a good hour and a half back up.
It's a full hour and a half out. In the 3 minutes, I fell asleep, slept through the whole time. This train is just sitting at Astoria Boulevard.
Wow.
Doors closed. I mean, this is REM sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I wake up. I'm literally on the fucking ocean.
Yep.
So then I get back. I go, okay, here we go. I got to take the N train all the way back.
Can't you
And
sleep back the way?
So I think I'll sleep a little bit. I go, wait, I'll transfer at Barclays to the 4-5 because that's like express.
But that ain't going to
4-5.
Queens.
No, but I'm like, I'll skip all these stations. I forget why or how, but I was like doing
okay.
some train math. I was like, I'll get on the 4-5 and I'll skip all these stuff because this is running local. If I get the 4-5, I'll go up to Lexington, get an N train ahead of it. Which
Okay.
we call train math here in New
Okay.
York, which I do all the time still.
Sure.
Like I'm at Union Square. There's an N train at Union Square, but I'm like, I'll take the 5 to Lexington Avenue. That's only 2 stops. I'm skipping 7 stops.
Not bad.
So I do that. Pass out. I wake up and I hear, "Today's Yankee game will be brought to you." I'm in the Bronx.
Oh, my God. You're seeing the whole city.
So then I get a Mountain Dew and a Rolling Stone magazine. I'm like, I'm going to pound caffeine and read the magazine. I finally make it home. I remember texting Soder or calling Soder. It was like 9:45 a.m. I'm like, I just got home. And he's like, "Are you kidding?"
Oh, my God.
And it was epic, and I've been close with Soder and Cantor ever since.
That's a great story, and I'll just end it with this. I did the same thing on the L train, except I woke up to a guy's hand in my pocket. I was being robbed, fell asleep, woke up in Canarsie, last stop of the L. This is like Brownsville, where Tyson's from.
Yes, East New York, Brownsville, that
All that
area.
shit. Goodfellas area. But that was, the 60s,
Different
50s.
times.
Yeah. So I wake up, there's a guy on a Kaepernick on a knee doing the pockets, going through, running the pockets, and I go, "Ah!" And I stood up like that, and I hit the bar.
Oh.
And I fell back down, and I went, "Oh!" And now I was hurting so bad, I didn't even care about the pocket guy. And then he walks backwards, and the door, at the last stop, the doors kind of hang open for a while.
Uh-huh.
And he walks backwards off the train, and he goes, "Don't worry, it'll turn right back around." Boo, boo. And I went,
Oh my God.
and I just got right. I was so in shock, and it was like it was too much to take in. I was overwhelmed. I was like, okay. And I just went back home and had no wallet.
It's like being cucked. You watched him fuck you.
I totally watched him, and I totally took it, and I took it right on the head.
Now, too bad he didn't moonwalk. He walked backwards. He should have moonwalked. That would have been nice.
Moonwalk would have been nice, and then like a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he fucked me like a little boy, and I went back home with no wallet, no phone.
Wow. Boy, those were some wild times. And it's so funny because now I'm 42 years old, and I'm like, I don't even take the subway if the sun goes down.
Right.
Back then, I was curling up in a ball and going to bed and riding up to Brooklyn.
God, we were a wild bunch, and we're lucky we were alive, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the drinking and driving, forget about it.
Woo-wee.
Forget about it. All right, we got to wrap it up. This is crazy. What an episode.
Oh, what a finale that was.
I keep forgetting to plug my fucking stupid dates because I'm an idiot. Salt Lake City
Butt
is
plug.
passed. Mohegan Sun this weekend. Is this right? June 11th? Mohegan Sun is this weekend. Come out to that. I'll be there. I'll be all over that poker room, all over that shuffleboard court. Key West next weekend. And then I got Atlanta Punchline, July 18, 19, 20. Come out to that because that's going to be a tough week, middle of the summer. And Seattle, Washington, one of my favorite cities all time.
Great
the Crocodile, one night only. That's Thursday, July 25th. And then August is big. Milwaukee Improv, Magoobies, Tampa Side Splitters. I'm doing the Cape Cod Melody Tent with the other Regs. That's a comedy show. July 10th is the Regs at the Gramercy, if you're around for
Whoa.
that. Yeah, that'll
that's
be
pretty
fun.
cool.
September is crazy. Oklahoma City, Portland Helium, Indianapolis Helium, and of course Skankfest. And then Helium Philadelphia, October 3rd through the 5th. Jesus, I'm on the road 5 weeks in a row. That's insane.
Wow,
Oh my
good
God.
stuff.
I have a fucking child, for God's sakes. All right.
Well, you're going to miss those first steps.
Go to Punchline. Punchline. We're on Punchline. We're all on Punchline.
Hey, I'm in Philly this weekend at the Miller Theater, then Carnegie Library of Music and Homestead, basically Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Then I'm gone for a minute out to Europe, Europa. Then I'm doing all kinds of stuff. MarkNormanComedy.com. Check for dates. Punch Up Live /Joe/Mark. The whole thing. Get on the Patreon. You know it. You love it. We'll see you in hell. We're going to do a bonus right now.
Check out Fun Bearable. We're doing our 100th episode live at the Comedy Connection in East Providence, Rhode Island on Sunday, July 21st. We're going to be selling our first shirts and got a lot of fun stuff. Our last live show is up now at funbearablepod.com with Doug Key. It was a real great time and, a lot of fun stuff. Check it out.
You selling those shirts you showed us?
Yeah.
Those are insane.
They're insane, right?
Yeah, it's fucking rules.
And
Get one of these shirts.
I can't talk about why they're insane, but that's okay.
Even if you've never listened to the show, get yourself a shirt. It's a fucking badass shirt.
Cool shirt.
It is. All right.
We can't tell you who designed it, but it's cool.
Adam Sandler. All right, we're out.
No one wants to be themselves.